Hey, what's going on, fam? Did not tell you guys to turn those notifications on because you never know when and where I'm going to pop up. I actually won't be on here long this evening because in about 10 minutes, I will be starting my Wednesday evening Bible study. So I won't be before you long, but I just wanted to pop in, see how everyone's day went and how things were going, right? I'm just sitting here and I was thinking about a few things as I was having my evening tea. Mm-mm-mm. Nice milk thistle tea is what I'm working with this evening. But like I said, I'm not going to be before you long. But this is what I want to talk about, right? I saw something on um, on Facebook earlier, and it really got me thinking. The rest of the day, a lot of people, right? And we've all been caught up in this, but oftentimes. Um, we can allow people to sidetrack us, right? To delay us, right? To move us off of our mission. And I saw this video, and they were discussing roadkill, right? The oddest thing, roadkill, right? But when I really thought about it, sometimes we die for others. We allow ourselves to become roadkill. And think about this, right? And like I said, I'm only going to be before you for a few minutes. I have to start Bible study here in about 10 minutes. So I have to get the Zoom set up. But, when you think about decaying things on the roadside, right? That vultures come along and feed on, or, other animals, when we sacrifice our well being to others to the point of emotional or physical exhaustion, we become like roadkill that sustains scavengers. And you say, well, how do you come to this? Like I said, as I was sitting here having my tea, I just thought about it. Just as vultures and other animals, as things start to decay, you're feeding life to something else, right? It's feeding life, even though it's dead. It is feeding life to worms, to vultures, to possums that come along. It is feeding life, even though it is dead, right? So, just as vultures and animals thrive on decay, right? When you feel that you're down, you may be feeling miserable, right? People feed off of that. People feed off of those emotions and they thrive on it. And the more that they thrive on it, this can drain your energy and your spirit, which leads to a cycle of constant depletion. You're constantly tired. Why? Because people are feeding off your misery. They're enjoying that energy. They're thriving off of it. So, I just popped in this afternoon to say, um, choosing to live and thrive for ourselves and others is a more powerful approach. By maintaining our own health, our own happiness, right? Your own strength, you can genuinely support others, right? Instead of feeding others through your downfall, letting them see that you're becoming weary, letting them see that you're becoming tired, you stand tall and refuse to be knocked down. You keep going, right? You push forward because someone out there is watching and they're thriving on it. Just as animals, and other things on the roadside, they thrive off of seeing others decaying. They thrive off of seeing others in misery. So for that person that's out there that's sitting depressed, tired, feeling unseen, unwanted, keep going. Lift your head, move forward one step at a time because someone is thriving and feeding off the fact that you're dying. You're dying a slow death. Do not feed the vultures, right? You see those signs when you go to parks that say, do not feed the gators. So do not feed those scavengers that are waiting to see you fall down. This is the time to set an example of strength and an example of perseverance, showing that true support, right? There's true support, right? And it comes from a place of self care and mutual respect. Why? Because you're made in the image of Christ, you're made in his likeness, which means that you keep going, right? You keep pushing through. Don't allow yourself to fall victim to those that are waiting to see you fall, because they will feed off that energy. Don't let yourself be a feast for scavengers. Feast in your purpose, feast in your God given desire, feast in the wisdom, the guidance. And if you aren't sure which direction to go, take some time to pray and ask God, what is your will for my life? Because His will is not for you to be consumed by the vultures that are waiting to feed off of you as you sit in depression, as you sit in feelings of doubt and worry and anxiety. Because the one thing I can tell you, as I always say, each morning, on the morning show, I have 2 PhDs, probably have done it, probably had it done to me. I knew specific people that to break them down even more. And I thrived off of that, right? So when I say I probably have done it, I was in that position. Right. So people can be in that position to know your weaknesses and they will use it to their advantage. So today, make the choice to say, I will not be held down. I will no longer feed others, right? If you're waiting on someone to invite you to a table, let me tell you something. Costco, Walmart, Target, TJ Maxx, just about anywhere you go, they sell folding tables. Don't wait on them to invite you to their table. Go buy your own table, go buy your own chairs, set up your table, and continue to thrive, because that's what life is about. We have a great work to do, and you need to be up on the wall, just like Jeremiah. And when they wonder why you're not calling, why you're not texting, because you're no longer feeding them and they're no longer feeding off of your downfall. You've set up your own table. And just like Jeremiah, when they call and text and say, where have you been? Where have you been? You don't call me anymore. You say, I'm up on the wall and I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. They will have to come up to your level. So as I said, I'm not going to hold you long. I have to start the Zoom for Bible study here in about 5 minutes, but that was really on my spirit this evening and I wanted to share it. And I hope the person that it's meant for, I hope you receive the message, because the Holy Spirit told me to come on. Someone needed to hear this evening. So that thing that you've been pushing off, right? And allowing others to say, I knew you couldn't do it. I knew she couldn't do it. I knew he would give up. Make the decision today to cut off their food source. Have the vultures to go somewhere else and find another source to feed off of, because it will not be you as of today. All right. Until next time, walk good, do good, be good. Tornado, I'm out of here.